In this video, I'm going to try and go through the steps to make a Wix website that satisfies our rubric. All pages include a template, headers and buttons link properly to each page in the assignment, page content has a professional look, each page covers content specified in the assignment and is concise, includes embedded YouTube video, Google Map, includes a email link, images linked to external source, and includes a footer with a copyright, most of which should be covered when you end up creating a website with Wix. So just to log in here, you're going to have an option to create a new site. We're going to go to a business section. You have the option to answer questions, but we're going to be choosing one directly from a template. And because I've already done this before, I know which template I want to use. So we're going to go with this template here. It's going to load up. And then we're going to need to try and change the layout and change the names of the pages for our own functionality. So my goal is to try and copy the information, or at least reiterate the information from my All About Me presentation into a website. So it's going to be on Dare's Family. And whatever I've changed, this is called the header. This will change on every single page. And down here is the footer. And so we've already got a copyright here by Dare's Family. Now I've at least satisfied the copyright in the footer, and that's done. Now notice here that we've got these ability to navigate using this drop down menu. We can also change the name of this page. So what if I want to change this to My Family? We can click on 1, we need to make it visible, show. 2, we need to change the settings. We're going to call this page, instead of home, we're going to call it My Family. Okay, and that's done. So when we click off of it, notice up here that the buttons automatically update. So I already know what I want on this page. I want to have 3 pictures of my kids and my wife and I. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to get rid of this. We're going to call this My Family. And this is a very basic website. We're just going to get rid of the stuff we don't need. I'm going to add an image. And right now, I got my uploads, and I'm going to take a look for any uploads. And since this is a new website, I don't think anything's here. So we're going to drag and drop some photos from my computer. So here's some files. I'm going to drag, drop, and while these things upload, I'm going to pause it. Now the images have uploaded. I'm not going to cover every single piece of detail for my All About Me presentation, but I'm going to try and cover the basics of what's expected in a website. I can click on the image and add to the page. There's one picture. I can do this for the other pictures too. Add, image, my photos. I'm going to add a picture of my wife and I. Add to page. And I go add, image from my collections, and my last son. Now of course, by themselves, these don't really have much meaning. So we're going to give them some names, and we're going to also try and make them all the same size. It has a nice layout, or at least look to it. I'm going to try and line it up. This one is a portrait picture, so maybe what we want to do is we want to chop it off, and here's the crop options. We can change the crop, and we're going to crop the bottom a little bit. So drag up, and it's going to chop off the bottom portion of the picture. Now, you could spend more time doing this and make sure that everything's laid out really well, but this is a very basic video. So I'm not going to get into all the details. So I do want to add some captions. I'm going to add heading 4. I don't like that this is left aligned, but what I am going to do is I'm going to resize it so that it is going across the one picture, and I'm going to middle align it. So clicking on the text, double clicking, we have center it, and I'm going to call this, I'm going to put in text, this is Liam. And then copy this text box. Again, I'm going to make it here, and I'm going to change that up, and I'm going to make sure that it's in line, centered. That's why when you move these things around, they actually show you those pink lines to see where exactly things are lining up. I'm going to drag upwards until I see that pink line. Now I know that all 3 of these ones these text boxes are in the same spot. Rob and me. And lastly, my last son's name is James. So here's some other cool options that you have is when you click on the crop button, okay, usually it will show you some different options that you can do. Shape crop. And so I'm going to just turn this into, looks like maybe that's a 9-sided shape. So it just makes it look cool. About us. Well, what am I going to put here? That's something that I have for my presentation. My wife is from Japan, and I have 2 very active boys. And Control A, we're going to change the alignment so this is left aligned. Now, that's one page. I've got pictures in here. Good. I want to add another page, but I don't know if I actually have to. If I go to the menu view, I think it's in projects that I actually like the layout of this projects style. So I'm going to be using this one. I'm going to get rid of these other pages. So I can hide them. Hide. Hide. And I could also delete them if I wanted to. I don't need the about section. So I'm only going to make 3 simple pages. So here's the project section. My image is that I'm going to have 2 pictures here and here, one with a YouTube video and another with a picture that's going to link to an external site. I don't need anything else here, so I'm going to get rid of all this other stuff. Select it, delete. Hasn't deleted any unwanted stuff. So one of the things which I am currently doing is I'm learning piano using Simply Piano app. I'm going to copy the embed code, which I found on the YouTube website, and I right-clicked, copy the embed code. I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to go Add, go to the embed YouTube video, and it will automatically put in Wix's embed video, which is okay. We can change this. So one of the things which I'm doing, I'm learning piano. So let's go to the options, the settings, where's the YouTube address, Control V for paste, and now I've got Simply Piano. Simply Piano. Okay, double click to change the text. I'm currently learning piano using the Simply Piano app on my iPad. Okay, that one's done. Let's get another image inserted here. Add image, my images, and we're going to add in, we can do this one. Add to page. So one of the other things which I used to do, I used to enjoy playing games. So this one here is called BF1. BF1. And we're going to say Battlefield 1 is an award-winning FPS where the objective is to capture and hold flags. Done. Okay. Now what I'm also going to do is I'm going to try and link this to the developer's website. This was made by EA Sports. So we're going to copy the website, go back here, and notice that they got this link section. We're going to link this to a web address, paste it here, and so when we actually click on this, it's going to open into a new window. So I'm going to change this also to hobbies and interests, because that's what it is. Control A, Control C, and I want to change the name of this page also so that it matches what I'm looking at. So settings, going to go to projects, paste, and now that's done with the interests. If I want to copy the page, I also have the ability to duplicate this page, and so maybe I call this my renovations page. Renovations, done. And then what I can do is it's going to jump to that site. So let's go up here, renovations. I can change up pictures and the title, renovations. And I'm going to keep this stuff. I'm going to go insert 2 new images. This and this. I can actually select 2 by holding down the control key. And I can also hold down the control key, and I think I can change the size of both of them at the same time so they scale. The other thing I do is I do some renovations, both on my own house and on other houses. So this is before, and this is after. And just gonna make this simple. Now, there are a few more things which I still need to do for this website. So I still need to change the footer so that I've got, or at least the context page, so that I end up having a map. So in this section, I want to change this so that I've got a YouTube map that is now linking to the address of Turner Fenton Secondary School. Copy. I'm going to go back here, going to go to the settings, manage locations. The address, Control A, Control V, enter, and now all of a sudden it's changed to the location, and we're going to call this TFSS. And now I've got an embedded map. Last thing we have to do is put in a email address. So let's do that. p008307@pdsb.net, and we're going to copy this thing and we're going to turn it into an email link. So down here we've got this link, and when we click on that, it allows us to pick an email. What's the email address? Copy and paste, or at least retype. And now we have a working email address. And I suppose the other thing what we should do is make sure that we've consistently got our address matched up here, Control V. And I think we've covered pretty much the basics of what we expect with a website. The last thing you need to do is click on the Publish website. So what's going to happen is it's going to give you this view site, which you're going to be able to see what's going on with your website, and it's live. And you should click to make sure everything's working just fine. And so when you go to share this with me, you're going to need to copy this site link, and you're going to need to paste it into, or at least share it to the Dropbox on Google Classroom. Okay, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me by email or contact me into the private forums for the assignment. Enjoy for now.